So we've looked at Christian perspectives on crime. What about Christian views on punishment? Well, there's four types of punishment that should occur. One is for reformation, to change someone's behaviour for the better. That's one aim of punishment, to make people understand what they've done wrong and not do it again. Two, protection. So you're protected from the nasty criminals in society by putting those criminals in jail. Three, deterrence, to put people off doing the crime. I'm probably not going to deal those drugs because I'm probably going to get punished for it. Four, retribution, to create justice in the society, get your own back. That guy, he beat me up. Yeah, he's in jail now. That serves him right. Reformation, protection, deterrence, retribution. Four key words. So, what about Christianity and Reformation? Well, Reformation is the most important aim of punishment, to ensure that people can learn from their mistakes and make sure that they don't do bad things again. So, one example is, why do you look at the speck of dust in your eye and pay no attention to... Why do you look at the speck of dust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own? Why do you judge other people for the small things you do when you don't look at your own things? Let's look at that idea about forgiveness. Lord's Prayer. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So make sure that we forgive. For me to be forgiven by God, I need to show that I can forgive someone else for their errors. Also that classic, do not judge or you will be judged, from the Sermon on the Mount. So these are all our examples. Another example on Reformation is with the adulterous woman, where there was a woman who committed adultery and people were going to stone him because that was the tradition at the time. That was the idea that adulterers should be stoned. So he says, alright, he without sin cast his first stone. If you haven't done anything wrong, go on, throw a stone at her. Everyone who wanted to stone her walked away because everyone is a sinner, original sin. Everyone makes mistakes. There's no reason to punish someone else for their mistakes. Another idea is the parable of the lost son. In that situation, Jesus talks about a father who has a son who leaves him. But then, when he comes back, the father still greets him with love because the love is unconditional, agape. So even though, as bad as that person has been, at the end of the day, God will always forgive, will always say, look, okay, I'll take you back, okay? As long as you're willing to reform and make that change. Finally, Jesus responds to the Old Testament teaching, an eye for an eye. Yeah? In the Old Testament it says, an eye for an eye, a tooth for the tooth. Yeah? If someone strikes you on the cheek, turn to him and the other. But he says, go on, do you know what? I'll tell you what's wrong. Actually, if someone strikes you on the cheek, turn the other cheek. Yeah? Don't be violent, don't judge other people, love your enemies, and instead show respect to those people. Also, there's the treatment of the outcasts. Jesus hung out with prostitutes and tax collectors. So he said, you know what? These are people who are misunderstood in our society. I'm here to save them. I'm not here to judge them and tell them, oh, you're bad because you're a prostitute, you're bad because you're a tax collector. I'm here to help reform them and help them understand the errors of their ways so that they can go on to be better people. So one, there's the idea. He without sin casts the first stone, original sin. Everybody makes mistakes. It's not for us to judge other people. Two, for reformation, parable of the lost son. Jesus will happily take someone back, and forgiveness is an essential idea from the Bible. Forgives us our sins as we forgive those who trespass against us. Three, pacifist response. At the end of the day, if someone sins against you, that doesn't mean that you should hit them back. You should show love to them. Four, the treatment of the outcasts. Okay, Jesus has spent time hanging out with prostitutes and tax collectors and criminals. He didn't feel that it was right to judge them or treat them any worse. The whole goal was for reformation, for change. So, reformation, massive thing in Christianity.